Hello guys, welcome again. So let's talk about Bitcoin. As you can see here, Bitcoin is still in sideways, right? In this live stream, we are going to talk about, well, short term of course, but the goal of this live stream is I want to share with you my technical analysis about when we could see actually the bottom of this market for Bitcoin. Technically speaking, right now Bitcoin is in a bear market. Definitely yes, we are in a bear market. I'm expecting a bounce, yeah, eventually, like for example in 2021, where we have this actually bounce from here to here, and after that continuation, another crash, another bounce, crash, and so on, right? So as you can see here, I am looking for something like this in the next, this year. So, but my goal here right now, today in this live stream is, well, I want to share with you my potential targets and when actually I am expecting Bitcoin actually when we could see the bottom of this bear market, and after that, what is my plan? Okay, I'm gonna start with my system trading. Let me show you here my system trading. We have here the momentum, and we can go to the monthly chart. As you can see, let me show you here the monthly chart, and as you can see here, we have the ADX negative here. In the slope of the ADX was here around $115,000, and from there, my target of course was the MA55, and as you can see here, actually already hit. Now, typically in the past was this area was the bottom, but now the market is changing, right? It's not the same all the time. So, and as you can see here, this line, the MA55, was actually the bottom in 2015, 2000 double bottom in 2015, 2019, and also 2020. And here is when actually the market is changing. Yeah, fair enough, we can say, well, potentially here is the bottom, maybe, yeah, but well, based on this price action, now Bitcoin is tell us actually it's possible for Bitcoin to break this MA55, and potentially the next target could be the MA100. So if we follow just my system trading right now here, technically speaking, the MA55, yeah, it could be the bottom. I don't think so, but something I can tell you is here, my friend, is to start buying, not to start selling, because the trend is my friend until the end, and this is testing the MA55 right now. So if you are thinking to short because Bitcoin is gonna crash to $10,000, I mean, go for it. It's fine, but well, it's not me. That's not for me. The mindset right now for me is if Bitcoin is crashing more, I will just buy more. So right now here, the MA55 is testing here low volatility. That is actually a concern for me, because if we see this volatility expanding, of course, we could see Bitcoin testing the MA100, as you can see here. So following my system trading and follow the trend, the bottom could be around between 65. Like, honestly, I don't think so. And the second one should be around 50k. Okay, now this is just following the trend, but historically speaking, Bitcoin actually crashed in 2019 around 85%, and here around 77%. And if we go to maybe 2012, around 2014, around 85%. So in average, around maybe 70%. Okay, so let's keep it simple. So right now, from the top to this point, is around 50%. So if Bitcoin is gonna usually is crashing 70%, so we can start thinking, sorry, like the target should be around maybe around 50k. Let me fix this. Yes, around 50k. 60% is around 50k, and 70% is around 40k, 35k, 40k. Now, it's possible? Yeah, definitely it's possible. So that's why what I'm doing right now here is like all of this area is to buy more. Not financial advice. I'm telling you what I'm doing, right? But the thing here is like I don't know exactly the price of the when exactly the price, like the bottom, but the only thing I can tell you is the area. So all of this area, it should be the bottom for Bitcoin between maybe 40k to 50k, around there. 50k, let me fix it here. Around here it should be the bottom for Bitcoin, around here. When that is actually very interesting. Usually Bitcoin from the top to the bottom, it took around, in average, around 1 year. And here also 1 year exactly. And this is something like actually is new. Bitcoin, okay, let me rephrase this. Let's talk about the distance, the time from the top to the MA55, right? Okay, the top to the first test of the MA55, it was 335 days. From the top to the first test of the MA55, it was 180 days. And as you can see here, let me show you something very interesting. From the top to the test of the MA55 is taking 123 days. So what is happening here? It's very obvious the MA55, the trend in the monthly is getting weaker and weaker and weaker. That's my point. So Bitcoin is actually dropping faster and faster to test the MA55. That eventually, I don't know when, maybe in the next bull market, maybe this one, this bear market, I don't know. But this is telling me in some point, the MA55 will be broken. Yeah, so that's why just keep in mind this. I don't think that it's going to happen in this cycle. I think after the next bull market, potentially. Yeah, that could happen. But no, for now, I am looking for a Bitcoin to follow the same pattern as before. So right now Bitcoin is crashing way faster. So potentially, only potentially, we could see the bottom even faster. Okay. So in average is 1 year. At this speed, it could be by summer this year. Okay. As long as Bitcoin is crashing here, and it stays here for long time in sideways. Okay. What we don't want to see, right? This is the happy path, right? This is the happy path. Bitcoin is in sideways, yes, to the moon, and after that the bull market, yes, okay. But this is the happy path. But the worst scenario could be like Bitcoin is crashing here, and not just only crashing, it's actually breaking the MA55 and the MA100, something like this. Let me change the color to red, something like this. And not just only that, is actually printing a new low. If you see something like this, careful here, because this is going to be the beginning of the first bear market of Bitcoin. Yes, the first bear market. Bitcoin doesn't know what is a bear market. Yeah, maybe what? Yes, exactly. You're new in this live stream. Maybe it's the first time for you to hear that. But yes, Bitcoin, all the crashes we saw in the past, they were just pullbacks of weekly chart to test the monthly and the trend is your friend until the end. So it's to the upside, right? So what I don't want to see, I want to see Bitcoin just, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see 2 months, the 100, and not just only that, another month like this making new lows. Because if that happens, of course, it's gonna drag Bitcoin all the way down to around 20k again, and potentially around $10,000, right? We don't want to see that, right? If we see something like that, is because the trend is broken and Bitcoin is gonna enter in a multi-year bull market, a bear market. I don't think that is gonna happen. Eventually, I think so. Yes, it could happen. Yeah, but for now, the trend is, my friend, until the end. So what I want to see is something like this, or I'm expecting to see something like this, a red candle, something like this. Yeah, and maybe multiple candles, something like this, right? Holding the MA100, something like this, right? Something like this, and finally another candle, maybe another 3-4 months, something like this, and finally a breakout. Yeah, saying, okay, I am ready for the next bull market. That is something I am expecting actually this year. Yeah. So as you can see here, after Bitcoin tested the MA55 here, the next month, that means in this year, it could be in March 2026, we could see another leg down, and from there 6 months of consolidation between the MA100 and MA55. Yeah, 6 months. And after that, a breakout and continuation for another 2-3 years bull market. So that's why I am not a financial advisor, but this is the worst time for you to start thinking, oh my god, the market is gonna crash. It's because Donald Trump. No, 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 no. Please forget about it. Okay, just follow the trend, and the trend is to the upside. That's all, right? I could be wrong, yes, but I am telling you, the mindset should be right now. If Bitcoin crash, I'm gonna buy more and more and more, and maybe potentially 6 months of accumulation, and I buy more, and after that, continuation to the upside. Now, let's continue with, this is my technical analysis following my seasonal trading, but let's use something more traditional, the RSI. The RSI is very common. Honestly, in the short term, it's terrible, it's very bad, never use it, at least in my opinion, but in the long term, it's very interesting. Let me show you why. First of all, in the monthly. Sorry about my cat. Let me show you here the monthly. Historically speaking, every time when Bitcoin is below the 50 level, remember what I said to you a long time ago. You don't have to be expert about technical analysis. Just remember this. Just only for Bitcoin. Every time when you see the RSI in monthly below 50 is the time to start accumulating. Right now, I'm telling you, is the time to start accumulating. As you can see here in the first drop here, Bitcoin was at 369, and after that, around 4 months of accumulation, and after that, to the moon. You see? Same thing here. 2018, Bitcoin was at $6,000, crashed to 3,000, and from 6,000 to 2,000, just DCA, whatever you want to do, just buy it here, buy, and after that to the moon, right? And after that here, same opportunity here. The first time when Bitcoin broke the 50 level was here when Bitcoin was at $35,000. Yeah, from here, a smart DCA, right? You are start accumulating, buying more, buying more here for 6 months, and after that to the moon, right? And here, my friend, the same thing, right? Here, not financial advice, but in my case, for example, I bought $65,000. Of course, if you have access to my website, you can enter my portfolio, and you can see my entries there. So, what I'm going to do here is exactly the same thing, right? Accumulation here, looking for a potential bull market, of course, 2027, 2028. You see? It's very simple. Very simple. You don't have to be expert about this. You need to have just discipline. And don't watch news and don't follow crypto YouTubers just saying stupid things all the time, right? Okay. So, now let's continue with weekly chart. Weekly chart is very, very interesting. Let me show you here. First of all, the patterns are very, very obvious here with RSI. Every time Bitcoin is testing the TD level, yeah, is the accumulation period. Yeah. Why? Because historically speaking, every time Bitcoin is forming bullish divergence in weekly chart. Let me show you. From this drop in 2014, Bitcoin actually was at $100, sorry, and after a crash all the way down to 161, forming a bullish divergence, and after that to the moon. You see? And after that, 2018, Bitcoin crashed from $6,000, and after that crashed to $3,000, and forming a bullish divergence here, and after that to the moon, right? And same principle here. In 2022, Bitcoin actually crashed all the way down to 20K, and another crash to 15K, forming a bullish divergence again, and after that to the moon, right? So, as I said before, you don't have to be expert. You don't have to be like, oh my god, yeah, I need to 1 hour chart trading. No, especially you don't have time. So that's why I actually built my website and my trading system and my portfolio, because I want to have I have family, well, my work and all the things I have to do, right? So that's why you don't have to be expert. Trading is boring, seriously boring. No Lambos, no whatever. All the things you see on YouTube is just noise, because they want to, I don't know, join to their group and following just, I don't know, like courses, or I don't know. Yeah, but the thing is, like, trading is just boring. And one more thing, this is the time, like, psychology of trading, right? 70% of the time is psychology of trading, and 30% is technical analysis. I will tell you something. Uh, Please don't take it personal, but if you're an emotional person, very emotional, you cannot control yourself, you get upset very often, you take everything personal, um, you have problems about in your family, your relatives, that kind of things, and you react before of thinking, trading is not for you. Investing is not for you. Okay? Because one of the biggest and the most important skills about trading and investing is emotional control. Yeah? You need to control your emotions very well. You need to be capable to actually face difficult moments. Embrace pain. I know sounds very philosophical. Yes, I know, but it's true. Yeah. In my case, for example, I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you my trading portfolio, right? Here. I think now you can see it. Let me show you here my trading portfolio. And as you can see here, I lost one trade in yesterday. I opened a long position at $67,000, right? And after that, I got to stop it. Sorry, at $68,000, and I got to stop it at $67,000. If you see Bitcoin right now, it's at $67,000 300, right? Normal people, oh my god, I lost $200. Oh my god, oh my god, oh yeah, sure, yeah. Why? Because they enter in 10x, using 10x, 50x, 20x, whatever, right? The thing is, like, this is I'm gonna share about to you something about my personal life. I didn't have an easy life, honestly. Yeah. I am coming from I have a very humble background, and I struggled a lot in my life. Yeah. So I have two options: play this idea like I am the victim, the system, my parents, my relatives, my environment, everything is their fault, it's not my fault, or I embraced the pain and I do something about it. So I choose to the plan B. What I did is, well, I live I am very comfortable living in an uncomfortable way. Yeah. Always I question everything. Critical thinking, right? If all the masses are thinking in this way, why? It's not my intention to talk about more like deeper about this, but it's a good example about religion, for example. Uh, if people follow a specific religion, I really respect about. I respect about it, but the question is why? Why I have to do this? Why I have to do that? Why this? Why? And people actually get annoyed about it, right? Because they don't want you. They don't want you to ask why, right? It could be about finance. It could be about life. It could be whatever. The point is, um, when you just follow the masses, the crowd thinking, right? You are not thinking by yourself, and that's the biggest issue about trading. Because if you think about this, when the market is crashing and you follow the narrative, AI is going to replace us. Donald Trump is doing this. China is doing this. You are following the masses, right? For example, about AI. AI is going to replace us. Yeah, okay. That is actually the CEO of NVIDIA, Sam, or all of the CEO of OpenAI. They are telling you that. Why? Because it's their job. They have to sell AI. But when you see the data, all there are in companies, they are hiring more than ever developers right now. The productivity is only just 20%. Do you see? The reality is different, and actually what they are selling is another thing. You see? So it's the same with trading. You follow the narrative, oh yeah, Bitcoin is gonna crash because it's trash, because this and that, blah 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 blah. But what happened? Yeah, now I remember when Bitcoin crashed to $3,000 in 2018. Many the social media, right, said like, oh, Bitcoin is crash, Bitcoin is garbage, China, blah blah blah. And after that, Bitcoin went pump all the way up to 14k, and after that to 20k. Yeah, the coronavirus, the corona hit in the world, Bitcoin crashed to $4,000, and all the people, oh my God, everything is gonna crash, this and that. Oh my God, yeah, the economy, oh, the inflation, yes. And Bitcoin hit $128,000. So, my point here is like, if you are not a critical thinker, if you are emotional, and you just follow what other people said, well, trading, investing is not for you. Yeah, and this is the biggest reason why I don't follow anyone about trading and investing. I just listen only one trader, like actually I respect, is Alessio. I talk about him a couple times in in my live streams. Is the only guy I know who actually is good, at least in my opinion. Because most of the YouTubers I saw on, of course, you can say, hey, but you're a YouTuber as well. Well, in my case, it's different because I am sharing this because I really like trading, and trading is boring, and trading is something like I cannot talk with people because automatically when I talk about trading and investing, people think I am crazy or gambling because they don't understand. And I'm okay with that because we need that kind of people, because if we don't have that kind of people, we cannot make money. Do you understand? So I know what I said to you maybe is a little bit difficult to understand, but remember, 70% is about psychology, emotional control, and critical thinking, and the other and 30% is the execution, your system. In this case, let me show you here. The best and the most powerful tool you must have as a trader and investor is a trading journal or portfolio. In this case, for example, I know my patterns. I know, for example, here, my winning is 65%. My losing is 34%. Perfect. Did you know only just maybe around 2-3% of traders in the world, they can keep a win rate of 65%? And not because they are bad, it's because they cannot control their emotions. The system is good actually, but they are not mentally ready to follow the system. That's the problem. As you can see here, most of the time I'm trading 4-hour chart, and as you can see here is 74% of the time is actually I am trading in 4-hour chart. 1-hour chart is because 14% I can consider this I am over trading. I need to criticize myself. I need to actually I need to perform this retrospective about myself. I need to know myself, and that's the point. I need to know myself. And I can see every time when I am trading less than 1 hour is because I am over trading. 14% of my time, sometimes I am over trading. Let me show you an example. Unconsciously, I did it here. In this period, in February 12th, look at the prices. $68,000. I opened long, $67,200. I lost, right? And after that, the same day, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 trades in one day. This is over trading. You see? But the only way to know that is because you have a trading journal who is actually telling you that. You see? And now, what I did, the best way to fix this is, for me, watching Netflix. I was watching Kill Bill, actually, the movies. Very good movies. And since then, now see the pattern. Yeah. Long position 14, February 14, short, only 2 trades one day, and one position actually in February 15, and one position February 17. I fixed the pattern, you see? Instead of over, but this is the benefit of having a trading journal. But let's be honest, how many of you guys, you have a trading journal and you are following this approach. You don't have to tell me. Yeah, think about it. Yeah. So the question is how good you know yourself about these kind of things. Okay. Activity calendar, for example, here. Every day I tend to actually trade more here in this area, like around Fridays and Thursday. Makes sense because usually is when I have more time. Weekly chart, you see? When I am more active. Do you know these kind of things? Do you know the patterns you follow when you are trading? If you don't know all of this, it's because, well, you have a problem. You need to you need to start doing this as soon as possible. But it's not fancy. It's not nice. It's not a Lambo, right? But actually, this is the path to actually give you you can buy a Lambo in over time, right? If you keep following this. Look at this, beautiful, right? A lot of wins here, but also here, yeah. In February 16, 9, 26, I lost money, but risk management is more important than that. Now, let me show you here the equity curve. I just started here around $3,000, and now my equity curve is around 6,000. I made almost $5,300, and as you can see here, my profit factor. This is the most important metric. Profit factor. Search about it. You don't know what is this, but basically, it's telling you how good in the long run is your system of trading. Okay, it's very important. Above 0. About 1, good enough. Above 2, wow, you are doing so well. But the problem is not reaching this level, is keeping this level. That's the problem. Okay, you guys. So as you can see here, I lost this trade. How I feel about it, I don't care. Seriously, I don't care. Last time I made $1.4 thousand. I was happy. Yes, but oh my god, no thank you. Yeah, because I know it's a process. It's the process, a process. Okay, so I'm telling you this. I started doing this almost 12 years ago, so that's why I'm just sharing my experience, right? Take what is useful, right, from this. Okay, what is useful for you? Okay, personally speaking, for me, what it worked and is working is I like to read about stoicism. Yeah, emotional control. It is working for me. For you, it could be something different. Workout, I don't know, yoga, whatever you want to do, but you need to control your emotions. Okay, guys. Now let's continue with the charts. Okay, let's continue with the charts. So as you can see here, in weekly chart in RSI, we have, historically speaking, Bitcoin is forming a bullish divergence all the time. Yeah. And now the next opportunity is here. Okay. The next opportunity is here. The only thing I know is the time to start accumulating. It's very simple, right? But most of the time people, they don't care. They will not follow this because they will just follow what the news is saying. And actually, I am happy about it because we need people like that to sell our assets. You understand? People tend to buy more when the market is moving up. Yeah. So they are doing DCA in the opposite side. They buy more because they think it will go higher. We buy when the market is dropping. Here is when we apply DCA. Okay. So, okay. Now let's continue. The last chart I want to show you, and for first time I'm going to show you here. Well, not the first time. I did it in 2022. Is the tricks. Yes, tricks. Before I use momentum, Kappa curve. I use tricks, but well, I changed the settings here. Let me change the settings here. 6. Perfect. I go to monthly. Let me show you something very interesting with tricks. Tricks is very impressive because if we see here. One moment. This is 4. Nice. Okay. Of course, this method only works for Bitcoin, specifically for Bitcoin. Okay. I didn't try with other coins or other assets. But let me show you here. With tricks, basically, when you have a buy signal in tricks in the monthly, basically almost not perfect, but you got almost the bottom of the market. Here, the bottom was around 160, and here is 220. And after that, Bitcoin actually hit $3,000, and you could buy around $4,000. And here, the buy signal is here. The bottom was around 15, and here is at 20K. You see? But you will say, oh, but it's not exactly the bottom. Yeah, seriously, man, I don't care about the bottom, like exactly the bottom, because after that, after this signal, let me show you what happened. From the bottom to the top, 8,000%. From the bottom to the top, 1,500%. And from this point to the top is 600%. You see? People are just worried about, oh my God, I didn't buy the bottom. Don't think too much about the bottom. Think about actually the position here you're building, because you are thinking in the long run, right? That is the mindset. That is the mindset we should take here. You see? Now, this guy, I will tell you something, it's not good to actually call the top. Yeah, you have multiple fake signals. Historically speaking, the first signal is fake. Yeah. The second signal actually is real. The first signal is fake, and the second signal is real. So what I'm telling you is very simple. I'm gonna change here to green. Yeah, to green. They are actually the entries, right? And the fake signal, the first signal, the fake, I'm gonna change this one to blue and blue. And finally, the real signal, sell signal, is here. I'm gonna change that to red. And I will show you this pattern. Remember, I am a technical trader, right? So I like to see patterns. The first signal is real, green, it got the bottom. But the first sell signal usually is fake. This one, fake. The second sell signal is actually the real one. Here, this is the real, and this is the real. And now, you can say, oh, wow, the real sell signal fired when Bitcoin actually was at $10,000. I could sell at 17. Man, you will never catch the top. Like, oh, wow, I didn't sell at 17. If you got it, actually, yeah, nice. But if I am very realistic, it's very, very, very hard. But you cannot complain about this. Even if you just follow this, from the bottom to the sell signal here, you made 3,000, almost 4,000% profits. And here to here, 1,400. And from here to here is 450%. You see? You didn't catch the bottom, you didn't catch the top, but you could ride all the trend. That's my point. And now, fortunately, we are far away right now from the bottom right now. We are far away, as you can see here. So usually it takes around, let me see, from the cross, around 6 months. So potentially by October, November, we could see the bottom of the market, according to this analysis, right? So that's all, guys. That's all. So that's why I explained to you from psychology perspective, my way of thinking about psychology of trading, and also what I'm looking for Bitcoin in the long term. Okay guys, so in the short term, right, in the short term, let me show you here in the short term. I gotta stop it here. I'm gonna open another long position. Actually, I'm thinking to do it right now. Yep. Following my seasonal trading, because I am looking for actually a long position right now. Yeah. Okay, I open a long position right now. So the ADX is about to be negative here. I'm looking for this actually, but I'm looking for something like this, right? Something like this. And actually I am looking for test to maybe $70,000. The reason is very simple, is because we have a buy signal and the ADX is about to, the slope is about to be negative, maybe potential today or tomorrow. And I am looking for a test to this area, and something like in classic technical analysis, I am looking for is forming like a triangle. You see, a triangle, right? Where the potential breakout is here or here, right? Of course, I don't follow classic technical analysis, right? But the thing I can tell you is, as long as the buy signal is present here, I am looking for sideways here, or bounce. Okay, so we have all this week to start to keep opening longs, at least in my case. If I see next week the sell signal is forming here again, I will be more than happy to open another short, looking for new lows, looking for maybe 55k. Okay, but of course next time. Okay guys, thank you for watching, and see you in the next live stream.